Hey guys, thanks for joining me. In today's video, we're going to paint a little bobcat. Now, I hope to get it to near completion, and we'll save all the detail work for the next video, and that's where a lot of the fun stuff happens. But we've got to get the groundwork done, and so it basically will be blocking it in, and it will all be done on time lapse. Otherwise, I don't think I would be able to hold your attention that long. So we're going to go ahead and speed up the viewing for time purposes. But I think you'll get a lot out of this particular video, and you'll get to see my process of how I kind of block one in. And we'll take it for as far as we can get it today, and we'll jump on the detail on the next video. So be sure to join us for the next one as well. And again, thank you for joining me. If you're one of my subscribers, thank you so much. And if you aren't already, I hope you will consider subscribing. I promise to be entertaining, if not informative. And again, we'll have us a good little time here. So let's go ahead and jump on this little bobcat. Here you see some of the colors we'll be using for this painting: Van Dyke Brown, Titanium White, Lamp Black, Yellow Ochre, Ultramarine, and Grays. And I'll talk about a little bit more about the colors as I'm going. As you see, I'm just doing a very loose sketch. I went ahead and did just a really loose graphite drawing prior to the painting, just so I'd have, for the sake of the video, something to go by to expedite the painting time for me, so I'm not having to figure out where everything goes. I have on the colors, I have all my colors grouped in, I have my grays all together there on the right, and those are all the grays that I talked about in the review of the 12 Shades of Gray. I have my dioxazine purple, I have French ultramarine, I have several of Michael Harding's paints. I've got the King's Blue, Brilliant Pink, and Venetian Red. I also have a flesh tone, and I'm also using chromium oxide and yellow ochre, mainly for the eyes. I have Van Dyke Brown, White, and Lamp Black, and those are the colors I'm using. And you can see I'm mixing like a crazy woman here, but I'm laying it down and just getting it blocked in. because I'm so right-handed, I needed to switch locations. So I think this is going to work out a little bit better. Maybe my hand won't be in the way quite so much. But as you can see, we're moving along nicely. We've got one eye sort of in. We'll work on getting the rest of his body parts in as well. I'm working on his nose here. But remember, this is still just the blocking in stage. A lot of the fun work, all the detail work is going to happen in the next video. So you'll have to be sure to jump in on that one too to see this piece through completion. While the paint is wet, I will be cutting in the whiskers. You'll see that in a little bit. But again, just blocking it in, doing all the color is just in mass. There is no fine brush work. There's no tiny hairs going in. It's just blocking it in. you can see, I've added a lot more of the darker values, putting in the stripes that bobcats have. And I'm just kind of still laying it in. Remember, this is just in massive color. There is really no detail. And the volume that you start to see in the fur is not because I'm putting in each individual hair. It's more that I'm actually adding in the color shifts. Here you see me actually cutting in the whiskers. So that's actually removing paint, and I'm not putting paint in. All the detail, including the whiskers highlights, will come on the next video. But at this point, it's really just blocking it in. But even just with this kind of sketch, if I wanted to, I could end the painting right here, and it would still be, in my opinion, a successful piece. But you know, the details where the fun's at for me. So that's where I'll really shine. That's what I enjoy the most. So you have to be sure to join me for the next video, because then you'll get to watch the detail. But this is the fun stuff, and you can see just doing the whisker tracks. And I'll be able to lay hair over the whisker tracks. That'll all happen in the next video, so you'll have to stay tuned. Okay, now I'm going to slow this down for you so you can see this in real time. There's a little bit more detail in the eyes, and a lot more color has been laid down. It's blocking in stage still, believe it or not. The nose is looking pinker. We've got the whiskers cut in, and you'll notice that the fur itself actually has more volume. Even though it doesn't really have detail, it still has a lot of volume. You got a better look at the palette here. You can see the paints are basically grouped up into body parts. We have nose color and eye color. So there's all kinds of things happening here. You see there's their 12 shades of gray, even though there's only 4 shades right there, but I do love their grays. And you know, you just move along. Even the black has a lot of the browns and blues mixed into it. There's my nose colors. And then here you've got the chromium oxide and yellow ochre, and those are the eye colors. It is a big hot mess, but believe it or not, there is organization to my chaos here. It all makes sense to me. Okay, so we got done today with basically knocking out a majority of the bobcat. We'll have to get in all the detail on the next video. So until then, thanks for joining me today. Please subscribe, give me some thumbs up, and comment. If there was any questions that you had about any part of today's video, please leave a comment. Perhaps you have a suggestion on something you'd like to see me paint. Leave that there too. Well, I usually get to everybody's comments, and I want everybody to realize that I do take this seriously. So please leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. So until we meet again, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.